Water is not just the fuel for your body, it's the silent conductor of your brain's symphony. Every thought, memory, and decision depends on a delicate balance of fluid that keeps the brain's electrical and chemical systems running smoothly. The brain is about 75% water, and even mild dehydration, just a 1 to 2% drop, can begin to affect how it works. You might not feel thirsty yet, but your brain does. It starts sending subtle distress signals: slower thinking, fuzzy concentration, irritability, and fatigue. If your body were an engine, water would be its oil, flowing through the system to keep every moving part frictionless and efficient. Without enough of it, the mental gears grind and performance begins to falter. Water is involved in virtually every cognitive process. It helps deliver oxygen and nutrients through the bloodstream to brain cells, allowing them to produce energy and communicate effectively. When hydration is low, blood thickens slightly, circulation slows, and the brain receives less oxygen. The result can feel like mental fog, a state where focus drifts, reaction times slow, and clarity fades. Even short-term dehydration can impair memory formation and problem-solving, making it harder to absorb or recall information. For students, professionals, or anyone who relies on sharp thinking, that's like trying to run complex software on low power. It just doesn't work as smoothly. Mood and emotional stability also depend on hydration more than most people realize. The brain's chemical messengers, such as serotonin and dopamine, require adequate water to synthesize and function properly. Dehydration disrupts this balance, often leading to irritability, anxiety, or lethargy. Research shows that people who are even slightly dehydrated often report feeling tired or cranky, even if they slept well and ate enough. It's the brain's way of whispering that it needs replenishment. A single glass of water can sometimes restore more mental energy than a cup of coffee, especially when fatigue stems from fluid imbalance rather than lack of caffeine. Proper hydration also protects the brain physically. The brain floats in a bath of cerebrospinal fluid, which cushions it against shock and maintains pressure within the skull. This fluid is mostly water and depends on consistent hydration to stay at healthy levels. When dehydration sets in, this cushion thins, increasing the risk of headaches or that heavy, throbbing sensation that sometimes accompanies long periods without water. That's why headaches are among the earliest and clearest signs your body and brain are craving hydration. Water even influences long-term brain health. Chronic low hydration levels can increase oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which are linked to cognitive decline over time. Maintaining hydration helps preserve the integrity of brain cells and supports efficient waste removal through the lymphatic system, especially during sleep. At night, when the brain performs its natural cleanup by flushing out metabolic waste, it relies on proper hydration to carry those toxins away. Without enough water in the system, this cleansing process slows, and you wake up feeling dull or sluggish rather than refreshed. The good news is that improving hydration has almost immediate mental benefits. Within 20 to 30 minutes of drinking water, the brain begins to regain its optimal fluid balance, oxygen levels stabilize, and cognitive performance improves. People often describe a subtle but noticeable sense of clarity returning, as if someone turned the focus knob on their thoughts. This is particularly important for anyone who spends hours working on screens or in climate-controlled environments where dehydration happens quietly. You may not sweat or feel thirsty, but air conditioning and long concentration periods can dry out your system without warning. To keep your brain at its sharpest, hydration should be steady rather than sporadic. Small, regular sips throughout the day are better than chugging large amounts at once. Starting your morning with water helps jumpstart circulation and brain activity after hours of overnight dehydration. Keeping a glass nearby while working, studying, or reading reinforces this rhythm naturally. Even water-rich foods, like fruits, vegetables, and soups, contribute to mental hydration by releasing water slowly into the bloodstream. Caffeine and alcohol, on the other hand, can influence brain hydration in the opposite direction. Both act as mild diuretics, causing increased fluid loss if not balanced with sufficient water intake. That's why alternating your coffee or wine with water isn't just good advice. It's a way to keep your brain chemistry balanced and your neurons firing cleanly. Think of water as the maintenance fluid that keeps your brain's communication network lubricated and synchronized. In essence, hydration is one of the simplest yet most profound ways to support your brain. You don't need complex supplements or expensive nootropics, just consistent, clean water flowing through your system. It sharpens memory, steadies mood, enhances focus, and preserves long-term cognitive health. Every sip you take sends a signal of renewal to your brain cells, keeping your inner world bright and responsive. So the next time your concentration dips or a headache begins to creep in, skip the quick fixes for a moment and reach for water first. That single act could be the oil your mind needs to start humming again, clear, steady, and alive.